Hey guys, welcome to Cody the Car Guy. So today we've got some Chevy headlights for the pop-ups, and we're going to be going in and clean these up. They get a little bit rusty and nasty, so we're going to go in. We took them out of the car, and the other thing we're going to do, we're going to pull the motor out. So this one's partially already out. We're going to go and pop off the lever right here. Then we're going to be switching out to this little kit that we've got online, and we're going to switch out to the metal gears over the plastic gears. The kit pretty much comes with a little bit of everything in it. Some grease, super glue, the little replacement tabs, everything we pretty much need to put this thing back together. So new grommets that are in here. So we're going to go and get this thing tore apart. We're going to get this in the bead blaster so we can get it looking good again, and we're going to go and start tearing apart the little gearbox right here so we can go ahead and change out the gear. Alright, pretty much once you take the motor off, all we're going to do is take a flathead screwdriver, and I usually come through and I'll start over here right by this section, and all you're going to do is right where the crack is, just start working your screwdriver in there, working around. It's going to sound like you're cracking and breaking something. Just take your time. All you're going to do is just like that. You're just going to pretty much, when you make that noise, you're going to come all the way around and you'll start prying it off. This right here, I usually come up underneath and just start wiggling until it pops free. Back through over here. Now sometimes you can take a secondary flathead screwdriver and start working through to help you go. Alright, once we get this off, there we go. Nice little section. Alright, now once you pop free like that, you're just going to slide this out, and there it is. This is what we're going to be rebuilding in here. This is pretty nasty. We're going to get this all set up. This is how they start breaking the gears. We're going to pull all this out right here, and we're going to replace the gears. So that's your gear. This is a plastic gear right here. This is what we're going to be replacing. So this is it right here. Little insert in there, plastic gear. They pretty much will break gears on there. This one right here, as you can see, there's actually wear right here. It is actually there's a big old groove right through there. There's a little broken tooth right here, and so what we're going to be replacing it with is this guy right here. So this is the new one, and we'll go ahead and start putting this thing all back together. We already have the grease in the package right here, and the super glue to glue that back on there. So pretty simple and easy to do, but it makes a big difference in your pop-up lights on your Chevy. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, pretty much got everything cleaned out. One of the things you want to do is when you have this back cover, you want to go ahead and clean it up. Don't get any grease around the very outer edges where you're going to be gluing. Glue and grease do not get along. So what we're going to do is put this thing all back together. I went in and spray painted a little bit of paint on this to preserve that. Now the shaft right here, what you want to do is if you get paint on that, just take a razor blade and kind of clean it up because it has to slide in this the system, so it's not going to work too good. So what you're going to do is we're going to break out. We got the new washers right there. One's a little bushing, a little nylon washer. And I'm going to go ahead and get the new gear ready right here, which is going to be all right. Put a little bit of grease right in here. I put a little bit of grease around the gears. You don't really have to because you gotta have some grease in there, but I do. Just put a little fine layer, give a little bit of grease. Again, whatever you want to do not get the grease on the housing, or we're going to be gluing it. So usually after I get all the grease stuff done, I go wash my hands and or clean up so that way I get the grease on the housings before we glue it. Alright, now that that's done, next thing I'm going to go ahead and do, we're going to go and stick. Alright, a couple will slide right in just like that. It's just that simple. And you're pretty much going to have a flat washer on this backside right here. It's going to go right here. Again, a little bit of grease. I already had a little bit on there from backside, and we're just going to put just a tad right here. Grease just helps out quite a bit. And from there, we're going to set this right here. Up. And from here, next thing we're going to do, we're going to go and stick our bushing in right here. Now we're going to slide this guy right through. Doesn't hurt to put a little grease on the shaft. Slide it right through your bushing. It actually slide into the little grooves right here. Turn and slide in, and that is that. You know, a little bushing right there. Tad bit of grease. Make sure everything's in there. Now a little bit came off as I was putting it in, so I'm just going to take a little bit of grease, put it on top of the housing down here. Just make sure she's got some grease. And next is just to go ahead and slide this in. Now you got to remember, you want to kind of get it about where you knew your groove was. And I'll do a test fit. Now mine was about pointing where this was, so it's going to be really close to where it's supposed to be right now. So we're going to go ahead and slide that in. I'm going to go clean my hands up since I have to touch the housing. Alright, now for our test fit, we're going to go ahead and just see if it lines up where my marks were. Which I remember where my marks were. Right there and right there, even though I partially cleaned them up a little bit. Pretty much lines up exactly where it is. So we're going to go ahead and pull this back off. I'm going to put some glue on there, and then I have some of my handy dandy welding clamps right here. And they actually are set up just right for this. So I'm going to go ahead and get this off, glue it, and clamp it. Let it be drying. You don't have to get it on really thick at first, because what you can do is come back and glue it after you have this clamped down. Now, before we put this on, go ahead and put a little bit of grease right here. Okay, go ahead and put this cover on. Slide it down in place. Alright, it's pretty much clipped in where it's supposed to be. That one clamped down. Here's my other welding clamp. And clamp. Now we're going to come back, we're going to let this dry a little bit. Now once it's dry, we can actually come back through with some of the super glue and glue around the edges. Now when you put it on the car, now the kit does come with some rubber bands, as you see right here, but I mean this is a lot better than rubber bands. And then this actually goes on the car before you bolt on the motor to the assembly. Kind of helps support the glue. Super glue is not very strong, but it's what they come with the kit, and it's actually not so bad. So you're going to go from broken gears to metal gears, and you can have a repaired headlight assembly. So you know, let's go ahead and we'll come back when we're done with this, and I'll show you what the assembly turned out like. Alright, pretty much once you have it set up for a little while, you can go ahead and take the clamps off, and you pretty much have a finished product. So it's pretty simple and easy to do. So if your headlights aren't going up and down correctly, and you got a broken gear in there, well, you can fix it yourself. And I mean, it's really just a flathead screwdriver. So you get to use some brake cleaner in there to clean it up, some grease as a supply, put it back together like that. Now, if you did get this misaligned a little bit, there is a way to fix that. You can actually power up through your pins over here, and you can rotate it whichever direction you need to go ahead and line it. We went in and finished up the light housings right here, and as you see, it turned out pretty nice. So now that way, when we put the motor back in there, put it back in the car, it's a pretty nice looking product. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll catch you on the next one. And don't forget to subscribe up in one of these corners right here. I think it's that corner, maybe it's that corner, one of those corners, that one down there, maybe it's over here. But subscribe button, and And don't forget to Facebook us, Cody the Car Guy. So I'll catch you on the next one. Love Vision Videos. Oh!